For years, I've sat back and told you guys, you asked me making a run for the title, and I said, nah, I don't really care. It doesn't interest me. Now it's time.
Donald Cowboy Cerrone. The UFC record book almost reads like his Wikipedia page.
Cerrone now trying to lock up the arm. He taps! Donald Cowboy Cerrone, the all-time leader in wins, the all-time leader in finishes. You're looking at him.
I keep setting records every time I step in the ring, and it's like, man, how can I become the greatest to have ever done this who never gets a belt? It's like, that's the last thing I need in my legacy, man. It's what I want.
He beats Tony Ferguson. He deserves a 155-pound title shot. No questions asked. That fight right there was one of the best fights you can make at lightweight.
Ferguson right now is as hard as any fight in the division.
We build him as arguably the most exciting fighter in mixed martial arts at present. His UFC record lightweight winning streak is now 11.
He was the interim champion, came back from injury. I mean, Tony Ferguson needs to get his title fight soon.
In order to be the champ, you have to beat everybody. I faced Anthony Pettis, RDA, Zetson Barboza.
Shot from Barboza.
Excellent scramble. Now he's going for the dark.
He's got it! Ferguson!
So I'm running out of ashes to kick, and Donald Cerrone was the only one that could step up to the plate. He's like really durable, really tough. I've seen him get dropped, almost put away.
Oh, Ferguson goes down!
Oh my goodness!
He's like Homer Simpson. He just comes back, and these guys get tired and then shoot like a crazy takedown, and he puts him in a darce and chokes him out.
He's tapping! That's it!
Tony Ferguson!
But stylistically wise, I'm better.
Oh my goodness!
Striking,
Oh! Head kick knocks Hernandez down! That is it!
on the ground.
Donald's got his back! He's got it! He's got it! That's it! That's it!
I've seen everything. I've been in the fire. I've been in the trenches, man. I've been there. I'm the boogeyman, man. I'm the guy that they have to be like, ooh, Cowboy on short notice? Bring your shit on. I'm a hardest blue-collar worker that's in my sport right now. I'm going to go out there. I'm going to out-punch him. I'm going to out-strike him. And I'm going to go out there. I'm going to rope this Cowboy up and tie him up. I see this fight playing out with Donald one way. That's me coming out with that victory. I'm going to eat him with knees, eat him with elbows. Cowboy will become the #1 contender for the lightweight belt. It's time.
Was a prize fighter. He entertained, he wanted to fight every 3 weeks, but now there is an undeniable championship aspiration beneath the surface. It's all about the boy in the belt.
It really is. It transferred all his hopes and dreams and all of his aspirations. He all of a sudden is now doing it for a legacy, and he feels like a new man because of that child, because of becoming a father. It's changed him tremendously, and he has been on a tear. Particularly impressive was his last fight against Al Iaquinta. Al Iaquinta is a savage, and Donald Cerrone pieced him up and kicked his ass. He really did. It was a beautiful fight.
It was unbelievable to watch. It's so easy to count out Cowboy Cerrone in these big moments, but he always steps up. He's got tears in his eyes walking to the octagon because this man has a purpose now. And it's hard not to feel good for Donald because he has reinvented himself on so many occasions. What a performer, what a fighter, Donald Cerrone.
This guy has arenas around the world eating out of his Donald Cowboy Cerrone, after a 6-4 run at welterweight, now his third straight back at lightweight, wins over Alexander Hernandez, and Al Iaquinta has put him firmly in the thick of this title mix. And even at the weigh-in, Joe, you were right there yesterday. He said to Dana White, winner here's getting a title fight, right? And certainly he'd be hard to deny if he can end this extended winning streak of El Cucuy.
Well, also marketing-wise, who else would you want to do it other than the guy who's the winningest fighter with the most submissions of all time?
Right. Justin Gaethje and anyone you want to throw into the mix, you are looking live at arguably the most watchable, most exciting mixed martial arts fighter in the world today. The #2 ranked lightweight contender, Tony Ferguson. Several years ago, he realized the UFC interim championship, but with 11 consecutive wins, a winning streak that dates to October of 2013. Ferguson, once again, might be one win away from an undisputed title shot. DC, I know you have done your film study on the man they call El Cucuy.
Load up the telestrator. Tony Ferguson is one of those guys that needs to be free. Look at this against Edson Barboza. Right here, Edson Barboza is at the perfect range. He's out of danger. Tony can't elbow him. Tony can't make it nasty. And Tony needs to be striking. But Tony Ferguson doesn't allow you to be comfortable. He walks in, throws his kick, gets hit. Boom. Now he's already getting beat to stand up. But this defines Tony Ferguson. Watch here. Highlight his face. He's just going to shake it off. It's not a big deal. Get right back to going forward. Imanari roll just to get Edson Barboza into the grappling. Now, this didn't lead to the finish, but this shows you how free he is. After a while, Edson doesn't know what's coming at him. Tony secures this Darce choke, gets the finish over a tough Edson Barboza. He's so free-flowing that it's unbelievable to watch him compete. He has to do that against Cowboy. If it's too structural, he's going to be behind Donald. It has to be free and crazy.
He's a brilliant madman. That's what he is. And he's one of the most creative guys to ever step into the octagon. Also one of the toughest. Unbelievably durable. Knows how to survive getting hurt. He gets hurt and he covers up. He finishes. And then once he's recovered, he finds a way to finish you. He has incredible endurance and an unstoppable will to win.
And he last lost a fight on Cinco de Mayo 2012. This Hail the Tape brought to you by Modelo Brew for those with a fighting spirit. Tony Ferguson, 35. Donald Cerrone is 36. Cerrone has 2 inches in height, but Tony Ferguson has a 3.5-inch reach advantage. All right, now for the introductions for this featured bout. Here is Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, this fight is 3 rounds in the UFC lightweight division. And when the action begins, our referee in charge, Dan Mergliata. And now, introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, a Muay Thai kickboxer holding a professional record, 36 wins, 11 losses, 1 no contest. He stands 6 feet 1 inch tall, weighing in at 155.5 pounds. Fighting out of Albuquerque, New Mexico, by way of Denver, Colorado, presenting the #4 ranked lightweight contender in the world, Donald Cowboy Cerrone! And now introducing his opponent, fighting out of the red corner, a freestyle fighter holding a professional record, 25 wins, 3 losses. He stands 5 feet 11 inches tall, weighing in at 155 pounds. Fighting out of Orange County, California, presenting the former interim UFC lightweight champion and the #2 ranked lightweight contender in the world, Tony El Kakui Ferguson.
All right, gentlemen, we've been through the rules in the locker room. I want you to obey my commands at all times. I want you to protect yourselves at all times. I want to touch close to you now. Good luck to both of you guys.
Well, amazing to think 4 weeks ago we had this loaded UFC 238 fight card, and these two men were not a part of it. They most certainly are right now. Donald Cerrone, Tony Ferguson in less than 10 seconds.
Tony Ferguson just pushed the cameraman away so he could get a better look at Donald.
I mean, they got the full main event treatment too.
Oh, yeah.
And they should go to the middle. Everybody understands what type of fight we're in store for right now.
All right, this fight clock brought to you by Modelo, brewed for those with a fighting spirit. Ferguson in black, Cowboy Cerrone in blue.
If there's going, wow, right away Tony with the kick.
Cerrone lands the jab, working off of that weapon early.
Good right hand to the body by Tony. Donald trying to find that rhythm. Good inside leg kick by Tony.
This is the thing about Ferguson. You can be hitting him, but he's going to be right there the whole time. He's not going anywhere. He's going to stay in your face. He's going to keep engaging you in just that ugly fight. And then you got to start watching out for the elbows. Because when they start landing, then you're really in trouble.
Both guys are exchanging jabs, hard jabs.
Ferguson, lifelong wrestler, 2-time All-American at Grand Valley State. Called it his platform to gain mental toughness. Few better platforms to do that.
And here he gets weird on you. And when he gets weird like that, it's very difficult to gauge what he's going to do. He's incredibly creative. Nice inside leg kick by Cowboy there.
You don't be turning your back on Donald Cerrone, though.
Oh, Donald stunned with that left hand. Tony's pulling back with his head straight up in the air.
Way up in the air. And Cowboy is teeing off. When the exchange is finished, Cowboy is the one that's landing at the end of it.
Ferguson's training habits truly the stuff of legend, the consummate workhorse.
Both guys with strong leg kicks right there. Oh, elbow by Tony.
Those are the ones. I mean, he landed one against Josh Thompson that really changed the path of the fight. It was competitive initially, and then after that big elbow cut Josh, Tony ran away with the fight. So you cannot take those shots. Anthony Pettis, every guy that fights him, they end up so bloodied and battered.
The other thing that's unbelievable about Tony is his ability to push a pace. Nice left hand there by Tony. His endurance is legendary.
Ferguson, another guy who's been buoyed by the birth of his son Armand, who's going to be 3 years old soon. Not as well publicized, but huge source of motivation for him.
Good left hand there by Ferguson.
I mean, Tony's pace is just crazy.
It's crazy, and very few people can keep up with him.
He's just constantly touching Donald right now. Donald's landing, but he just can't stop Tony from pursuing it. And he's hitting him clean.
Good front kick to the body by Tony.
As many of you know, Cerrone went a full 25-minute main event with Ally Quinta 34 days ago.
But for Donald, that might be good.
Yeah.
Because one of the things he loves most is being active. There's some blood on Tony's face. It's hard to see where it's coming from. Looks like a cut in the cheek.
Right over the eye. It's right over the right eye. He got cut. And you got to think Cowboy fought 25 a couple weeks ago. Maybe he could keep this high pace for 15. You know, it's 10 minutes less.
It all depends on what kind of damage he took in that fight. Good kick to the body there by Ferguson.
Under a minute now to go round one. Back and forth offense as expected. Cerrone's jab has been on point tonight.
As is Tony's. There's 2 in a row for Tony. Donald to the body. Tony with a front kick.
Ferguson rolls with that left hand from Cerrone. 20 seconds to go in the round.
Good left hand by Donald. He hurt him with that. Oh, high kick.
Oh! Now Ferguson to the body. 5 minutes down. Tonight's Corner Camp brought to you by Body Armor. Make the switch to Body Armor, the official sports drink of UFC. Try the new 28-ounce berry lemonade flavor exclusively at 7-Eleven.
Listen, man, we're just slow motion right now. I need you to get in there, right? The elbows are in there, okay? You're respecting it too much. I don't need that, okay? Don't respect it. I need you to pressure, more pressure. Okay, you have it.
Listen to me, okay? You're doing good, you get shot. Don't force it though. You loading up with your shots, okay? You loading up, that's why you ain't quite catching me. Chin down, don't pull out with your head up. Keep your shots going, more speed. More speed.
Looking good, Tony.
Tremendous exchanges back and forth. Look at this. Beautiful elbow by Ferguson. Turns his back on Donald, which is very strange. Couple of good jabs there by Tony in the right hand as well. Just really, really evenly matched first round.
The unauthorized reproduction or distribution of this copyright work is illegal and punishable under law. Ferguson landed 64% of his significant strike attempts unofficially in round one.
Oh, jab hurt him a little bit. Jab made Cowboy sit in the chair a little bit.
Nemiroff, bold character since 1872.
He hurt him with the left hand again.
I mean, Tony's punches are starting to take an effect on Donald. That's the thing about fighting Tony Ferguson, is like you can fight a good round, but you got to be able to sustain that for 15, 25 minutes because he will not stop.
Right.
And you got to sustain it at his pace. He does not let you rest. He does not let you dictate the pace. Nice kick to the body by Tony, and again.
Now you see him just kind of taking it to Cowboy. Donald's going to have to answer.
So hard to know what's coming.
Tony loves to work that body with those front kicks too, and it really saps your energy. Look at him, nice leg kick by Tony. There's very few guys put the kind of pressure on you that Tony Ferguson does.
And if you're gonna finish Ferguson, you gotta separate him from consciousness, put him to sleep, because he keeps on coming.
Good right hand by Ferguson, the head kick, look at these guys.
Nice right hand counter from Cerrone.
Some blood coming out of the nose of Cowboy. Nice inside leg kick. Oh, he stung him with that jab.
It doesn't even seem like Tony's throwing very hard, but it hurts. But Cowboy's fighting well. And if you fight down Cerrone, you back up with that chin in the air when he's throwing those long combinations. Kick is coming. He likes to finish his combos with kicks.
Oh! Left hand of Ferguson stops Cerrone in his tracks. Coming up on 3 minutes now in round two. Little telegraph on the spinning attack there.
Donald's having a problem with that nose. He keeps touching it. A lot of blood coming out of it. It's forcing him to breathe out of his mouth. Head kick block. Oh, across the legs by Ferguson. Oh, elbow. Beautiful spinning elbow.
Tony Ferguson is a madman.
That jab is insane.
They're both so long for this weight division.
Tony has heavy hands, too.
Yes, look at how much he's busting Donald up, and it doesn't even look like he's throwing all that hard.
Well, he's got big fists.
Yeah.
And when he lands, it's got a lot of weight.
Wow. These boys are going at it.
But Tony's doing a lot of damage in this round. You're seeing it on Donald's face. You're seeing swelling on his face. You see it in his nose.
Ferguson wide-eyed as usual. As he presses forward, gets taken down here. Ferguson back to his feet with little issue. Look
Front
at the
kick
swelling.
to the body again.
Both of those eyes.
I mean, that tells you the power. That's why every time guys fight Tony Ferguson, they're always so beat up. The face is real beat up. There's bruising, there's cutting. That just tells you the amount of power that he carries and all the things that he's doing.
51 head strikes and counting for El Cucuy. He has been the far more accurate striker thus far.
Oh, head kick by Donald. But Tony grazed it off and tags him to the left. He throws 2 shots at the same time. He'll kick you and punch you at the same exact time. And it's so difficult to prepare for.
And I think what people they underestimate is the ability to roll punches that Tony Ferguson's doing. He's not taking these strikes clean. Even that head kick, he rolled that head kick.
His jab has continuously backed Cerrone up tonight. Under a minute here, round 2.
Inside leg kick by Donald. But Tony just never stops, and he's not even breathing heavy. That's what's crazy. He can keep this pace, and very few people can hang in there with him.
There's no point of comparison for Ferguson.
No.
I don't know who you'd compare.
Look at that elbow. He's busting Donald up. Hit him with that right hand. And he's feeling loose now.
Competitive first round, not so much second round.
The second round's the Tony Ferguson show. Donald's in trouble. Both his eyes are swollen shut. Look at that. Oh.
Blatant right hand after the horn for Ferguson.
That's terrible.
We'll see how Dan Miragliotta chooses to proceed as Rob Monroe attends.
That was dirty right after the bell. You heard the bell. I told you to break. I gave a hard warning. That was after the bell and after I said break.
To the end of the round.
We didn't hear that.
We didn't get the sound. Run it back. We're not getting the bell, but it seemed right after the bell. So tonight we've had a guy hold on to submission long, and now a big strike after the bell goes.
We got 5 minutes left, right?
Look at me, everything.
Everything. Let's go.
Hear me call it and throw it. Let's play video.
I don't know what he can do different. I really don't. Let's take it one more time. We'll hear it. That's blatant. I mean, that really is blatant.
Hey, Joe, it looked like Cerrone maybe blew his nose, and that right eye now is almost completely closed.
You can't blow your nose.
And now Dan Miragliotta's going to call in the doctor. And
you can't blow your nose whenever your nose is broken or anything like that. I mean
he
it is completely shut.
See. This fight's going to be over
His
right
eye was
here.
swollen from strikes before that, but can you watch the replay, see if that last blow after the bell hit his eye? Just let me know where it hit.
The fight is over because they're asking for the replay. If they're asking for the replay now, this fight is over.
It's over. He wants to confirm whether or not that late strike landed and hit his eye. Doctor's saying you can't fight. Look.
You can't fight.
Doctor's telling him he can't fight.
The doctor's protecting him, and it's for a good reason. His right eye is completely closed shut.
And we're going to show you where Cerrone...
All right, let me bring in the commissioner.
The fight is over, ladies and gentlemen.
They're going to look at the replay to see.
They're going to look at a replay, but once they look at a replay, the fight is over.
Correct.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's just a question of how they will
It's over then.
Got him on the other side, looked like, right? Where'd the punch land?
It looked like it landed on his nose. I mean, I don't remember, though. We're going to see it. Look at it. No, it's on the nose.
Well, the crowd doesn't like it. Cerrone doesn't like it. But when the eye is completely shut, the doctor...
For his own good. This is the correct decision.
And now the crowd's starting to fire stuff at the octagon. We hope we'll get that under control.
Yeah, I just got hit in the back by something.
Ice.
Got a lot of muscle back there, Joe. We're going to take a look at the replay of Donald Cowboy Cerrone blowing his nose.
Yeah.
We hear a lot of cut men warn fighters not to do this.
Don't
blow.
The thing is, you feel like you want to be able to breathe out of your nose. Yeah, that's exactly what it is.
I got kicked in the nose against Rumble Johnson, and I blew my nose, and it just blew up completely. I didn't blow my nose. It blew up completely. Look at Donald.
Yeah.
Right away, he's like, oh, my goodness, my eye.
Yeah.
As soon as he blew it, he understood that he had made a mistake.
It's just so hard to not do that when your nose is clogged up.
Yeah.
And you're about to go into a third round with a savage like Tony Ferguson.
I actually, when Rumble kicked my face, all Bob was saying was don't blow. Don't blow.
Right.
Because the air blows up behind all the swelling and the blood, and all of a sudden that happens. You can't see anything. So how does this fight get scored? What happens here?
It will be a TKO, I would assume, for Tony Ferguson, unless Dan Mergliotta determines that the late blow at the end of round 2 was what caused the eye to shut. That does not appear to be the case. So needless to say, an anticlimactic conclusion to this one. We're going to take a look at the end of the round once more with the audio up so you can hear the strike after the horn. It was on the nose. From my vantage point, looked to veer to the right side and not the left side. Not to the eye in question, but...
I don't know, man. It's just such an unfortunate thing. And, you know, two guys that put such a great fight on to end in that way is very difficult. But I mean, they both laid it all out on the line.
The punch after the bell hit him in the nose, so it had nothing to do with the eye. Thank goodness.
Then he blew his nose in the eye.
I think when he blew his nose over there, you can't do that. Well, he blew his nose over there too.
I'm sorry, guys. Can't bring him in. Oh, I'm sorry. All right, the official decision is brought to you by Metro by T-Mobile. Catch all the action with Metro by T-Mobile. Get knockout coverage on a network that rivals the big guys for way less. Here is Bruce Bruff.
Ladies and gentlemen, at the end of round 2, the doctor has called a stop to this contest, declaring the winner by TKO, Tony El Cucuy Ferguson.
I'm here with the winner, Tony Ferguson. Tony, an unfortunate end to the fight, but a spectacular performance up until that moment, particularly in the second round, where you really seemed to start to take over. Give us your thoughts on the fight and how it ended.
Talk to Cowboy.
Cowboy, there was a punch after the round. It hit you in the nose. You blew your nose, which is something you're never supposed to do, and your eyes swole up. Give us your thoughts on this.
Yeah, I just asked if they could push the air back down. That's all I want. The punch had nothing to do with it. That was a fight I think everybody wanted. I'm so sorry. I don't quit. I don't back down. And, man, I just wanted to keep fighting. I was just asking, can you just push the air back down? And you're right, I shouldn't have blown my nose. I'm a veteran, I'm old school, and I should have known that. But I did, and I humbly couldn't finish the fight, and I apologize.
Well, Donald, even in a loss, you're a gentleman and a warrior. It was an honor to watch your fight, and we will see you again, my friend. Donald Cerrone, ladies and gentlemen. Tony, I know this is not how you wanted the fight to end, but this leaves you in a position. I know this is not how you wanted the fight to end, but this leaves you in a #1 contender position. So please give us your thoughts on where that stands.
Let them get their boots in. It's not how I wanted the fight to go. It's a really emotional year. There's a lot. I mean, it's a fucking fight in here. Yeah, just a lot of emotions flaring. There's no words I can express it. I don't like to win that way. We could throw it back. I don't mind doing that. I really don't. He's a hell of a fucking fighter. Hats off to Cowboy Cerrone and his team. Thank you for taking the opportunity right after an immediate fight. I want to say thank you, fans from Chicago. Thank you guys for coming here. I don't want to fucking win like that. I know better than that. I'm a better person than that. I'm a better fighter than that. I can give a fuck who's next. I don't give two fucks. I'm going to go back to the drawing board. I'm going to look at this and be pissed at myself for a long fucking time. Hats off to Cowboy Cerrone, like I said, and his family. We went out here. I hope you guys enjoyed at least the first couple fights, man.
Besides the bad ending, congratulations on an excellent performance. Tony Ferguson, ladies and gentlemen.
And it certainly was that, DC. An excellent performance. We'll look back at it. This fight replay brought to you by Nemiroff, bold character since 1872.
It's unfortunate because it takes away from such a phenomenal performance by Tony Ferguson. He did a lot of things very, very well. And Cowboy Cerrone did a lot of things well. But he hurt Donald on a number of occasions, and the fight was trending in the wrong direction for the Cowboy. So Tony Ferguson, even though he got a victory, not in the most ideal way, did fight a good fight. So let's not take away from what he did. He put on a great performance.
Very crazy to think that had that late strike landed a couple inches to the other side, that we could be looking at a disqualification for Tony Ferguson. Instead, the winning streak is 12. These fighter stats are brought to you by PokerStars, pound for pound, the greatest online poker experience in the world. Take on the best to win millions of prizes every day on PokerStars. Most finishes in UFC lightweight history. 10 now for El Cucuy, Tony Ferguson.